Hello friends, how are you? Welcome back to the channel, where hidden treasures can change your life. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of Roosevelt 1-dime coins and uncovering some of the most valuable, expensive, and ultra-rare US coins that collectors dream of finding. In this video, we'll explore the incredible stories, history, and potential value of three special Roosevelt dimes: the 1992p, 1997p, and 1998p mint mark coins. While these coins may look ordinary at first glance, certain rare varieties, unusual color shades, minting errors, and exceptional conditions have made some examples worth thousands and, in extraordinary cases, even millions of dollars. Whether you're a coin collector, investor, or simply someone with old coins lying around at home, this video could help you discover a hidden fortune. So, before you spend that old dime, make sure to watch until the end, because you might be holding a life-changing treasure in your hands. Let's begin with our first coin. Our first coin is the fascinating and mysterious 1992p Roosevelt 1-dime coin from the United States of America. At first glance, this tiny 10-cent coin may appear ordinary, worn, dirty, and forgotten among countless other coins sitting in drawers, piggy banks, old jars, and collections across America. But the incredible story behind the 1992p Roosevelt dime has captured the imagination of coin collectors, treasure hunters, and investors for decades. Many people have unknowingly held this coin in their hands without realizing that certain rare examples can attract tremendous interest in the collector market. The Roosevelt dime itself has a remarkable history. It was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the most influential leaders in American history. Roosevelt's leadership during the Great Depression and World War II left a lasting impact on the United States. And after his passing, the government decided to place his portrait on the 10-cent coin as a permanent tribute. Since then, billions of Roosevelt dimes have been produced, becoming one of the most recognizable coins in American history. The 1992p Roosevelt dime was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is represented by the P mint mark found on the coin. During that year, the United States Mint produced an enormous number of dimes for circulation, making the standard version of this coin very common. However, in the fascinating world of coin collecting, rarity is not always determined by how many coins were made. Sometimes, the smallest details, unusual characteristics, striking quality, preservation state, or minting errors can transform an ordinary coin into an extraordinary collectible. Collectors who study Roosevelt dimes pay close attention to every microscopic detail. They carefully inspect the sharpness of Roosevelt's portrait, the strength of the strike, the texture of the coin's surface, the original mint luster, and the intricate details found on the torch design located on the reverse side of the coin. Coins that display exceptionally strong details and preserve their original appearance over many years often command substantial premiums in the marketplace. One of the most exciting aspects of the 1992p Roosevelt dime is the possibility of discovering a rare mint error. Throughout American coin history, minting errors have fascinated collectors because they represent moments when the manufacturing process produced something unusual and unexpected. Errors such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, missing clad layers, broad strikes, and dramatic die varieties can significantly increase the desirability and value of a coin among specialists and collectors. Some authenticated error examples have sold for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their rarity and condition. Another important factor that influences the value of a 1992p Roosevelt dime is its state of preservation. Coin grading experts evaluate every tiny detail, assigning grades that determine how well a coin has survived since it left the mint. A heavily circulated dime may only retain its face value, while an exceptionally preserved coin displaying full original luster and sharp strike characteristics can become highly desirable to advanced collectors seeking the finest examples available. High-grade specimens with exceptional strike quality have sold for substantial premiums in the numismatic market. The reverse side of the Roosevelt dime features a torch flanked by olive and oak branches, representing liberty, peace, and strength. Specialists pay particular attention to the horizontal bands across the torch because fully separated and sharply Defined bands indicate an exceptionally strong strike. These full bands examples are considerably scarcer and often attract much higher prices than ordinary examples. Finding a 1992 P dime with exceptional full bands characteristics can transform an ordinary coin into a prized collector's item. Many collectors enjoy searching through old coin collections, inherited jars, estate sales, and forgotten bankrolls because extraordinary discoveries sometimes emerge from the most unexpected places. Throughout the history of American coin collecting, valuable coins have been discovered in pocket change, family collections, and containers that remained untouched for decades. This possibility continues to inspire millions of collectors around the world to examine every coin carefully before spending it. The story of the 1992 P. Roosevelt dime also reflects the broader fascination surrounding modern American coinage. Although billions of coins are produced, only a tiny percentage possess the unique combination of rarity, preservation, striking quality, and historical significance necessary to achieve substantial collector value. This pursuit of rarity has created an exciting marketplace where collectors compete to acquire the finest known examples and the most unusual mint errors. Today, the market value of a standard circulated 1992 P. Roosevelt dime remains very close to its face value of 10 cents. However, uncirculated examples, full band specimens, and authenticated mint errors can command prices ranging from several dollars to hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on their characteristics and rarity. Exceptional certified examples have attracted significant attention at auctions and among advanced collectors. This remarkable combination of history, rarity, artistry, and the possibility of discovering an extraordinary variety is precisely why the 1992 P. Roosevelt dime continues to fascinate collectors across the United States and around the world. So before you spend that old dime sitting in your collection, take a closer look. Examine every detail carefully, because while most 1992 P. Roosevelt dimes are common, an exceptional example with rare characteristics could turn an ordinary coin into an extraordinary discovery. The next coin on our list becomes even more surprising. Next up, now we arrive at our second coin, a coin that has fascinated collectors, investors, treasure hunters, and coin enthusiasts for years, the 1997 P. Roosevelt 1 dime coin from the United States of America. At first glance, this small 10-cent coin may appear to be nothing more than an ordinary piece of pocket change. It may have spent years hidden inside an old jar, forgotten in a drawer, tucked away in a family collection, or sitting unnoticed among thousands of other coins. Yet the world of coin collecting has taught us one important lesson: appearances can be deceiving. And sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest surprises. The Roosevelt dime carries a rich and important place in American history. Introduced in 1997 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the coin became a lasting symbol of leadership, perseverance, and national strength. Roosevelt's influence during some of the most difficult periods in American history earned him a permanent place on one of the nation's most widely circulated coins. For decades, billions of Roosevelt dimes have passed through the hands of Americans, becoming an essential part of everyday commerce and one of the most collected coin series in the world. The 1997 P. Roosevelt dime was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the oldest and most historically significant minting facilities in the United States. During 1997, millions upon millions of dimes were struck for circulation. Because of this large production, most examples remain relatively common today. However, experienced collectors understand that rarity is not always determined by mintage figures alone. Sometimes, a tiny variation, an unusual minting characteristic, or extraordinary preservation can transform an ordinary coin into an object of tremendous interest. One of the reasons the 1997 P. Roosevelt dime continues to attract attention is the possibility of discovering exceptional examples with remarkable strike quality. Coin experts carefully examine every detail of a Roosevelt dime, from the sharpness of President Roosevelt's portrait to the intricate details found on the torch, olive branch, and oak branch located on the reverse side. The difference between an average coin and an extraordinary coin can be almost invisible to the untrained eye. But to collectors, these differences can mean everything. The history of American coin production is filled with fascinating stories of minting errors and accidental varieties. Throughout the years, coins have been struck off-center, struck on incorrect planchets, produced with missing layers, or created with unusual die characteristics. These accidental variations often become some of the most valuable and desirable collectibles in the numismatic world. While most 1997 P. Roosevelt dimes are standard circulation issues, collectors remain vigilant because discovering a genuine mint error can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and value. Another factor that contributes to collector interest is the condition of the coin itself. Professional grading services examine coins under magnification and assign numerical grades based on preservation, strike quality, luster, and surface characteristics. A heavily circulated 1997 P dime may only retain its face value. But a coin preserved in exceptional condition, showing strong luster and outstanding details, can become highly sought after by advanced collectors attempting to build the finest possible collections. The reverse side of the Roosevelt dime contains one of the most important features considered by collectors: the bands across the torch. These horizontal lines must be fully separated and sharply defined to qualify as what specialists call a full bands. Example: full band specimens are significantly scarcer than ordinary examples because they require an exceptionally strong strike from the minting process. When collectors discover a 1997 P. Roosevelt dime with outstanding full bands characteristics, the value and demand for that coin can increase substantially. Over the decades, countless stories have emerged about valuable coins being discovered in ordinary places. Some have been found inside old collections inherited from relatives. Others have been discovered in forgotten coin jars, estate sales, flea markets, and even everyday pocket change. These stories continue to inspire millions of collectors around the world to carefully inspect every coin they encounter, knowing that remarkable discoveries sometimes occur when they are least expected. The fascination surrounding the 1997 P. Roosevelt dime extends beyond simple monetary value. For many collectors, each coin represents a piece of American history and a snapshot of the era in which it was produced. Every scratch, every mark, every detail tells part of a story that began at the Philadelphia Mint and continued through years of circulation and preservation. This historical connection creates a unique emotional and educational value that cannot always be measured by market prices alone. The modern coin market is driven by several factors, including rarity, condition, historical significance, collector demand, and certified authenticity. A standard circulated 1997 P. Roosevelt dime remains worth its face value in ordinary commerce. However, examples preserved in exceptional condition, certified at the highest grades, or exhibiting unusual mint errors can command prices ranging from several dollars to hundreds and, in particularly rare circumstances, even thousands of dollars among serious collectors. Professional coin grading organizations have transformed the modern collecting market by providing standardized evaluations and authentication services. Collectors seeking valuable Roosevelt dimes often submit their coins for professional examination to determine whether they possess exceptional characteristics. The difference between a common coin and a highly valuable collectible can sometimes depend upon details visible only through careful examination and expert analysis. The excitement surrounding Roosevelt dimes also comes from the fact that these coins remain accessible to ordinary people. Unlike ancient treasures hidden in museums or rare artifacts locked away in private collections, Roosevelt dimes can still be found in circulation, family collections, and old coin accumulations. This accessibility keeps the dream alive that anyone, regardless of experience or background, could potentially discover a remarkable coin worth far more than its face value. Collectors continue to search for exceptional 1997 P. Roosevelt dimes because they understand that rarity often reveals itself in unexpected ways. A coin with extraordinary luster, outstanding strike quality, full bands designation, or a dramatic mint error can become a prized possession within the collecting community. While stories of million-dollar modern dimes are often exaggerated, the possibility of finding a genuinely scarce and valuable specimen continues to inspire collectors across the United States and around the world. Today, the market value of a typical circulated 1997 P. Roosevelt dime remains 10 cents. However, high-grade uncirculated examples, full-band specimens, and authenticated mint errors may command significantly higher values depending on their rarity, preservation, and collector demand. This combination of history, mystery, rarity, and possibility explains why the 1997 P. Roosevelt dime continues to capture the imagination of collectors and treasure hunters alike. So before you spend that old Roosevelt dime sitting in your collection, take a closer look. Examine every detail, inspect every surface, and appreciate the remarkable journey that small coin may have taken. Throughout American history, while most 1997 P. Roosevelt dimes are ordinary, an exceptional example could represent a fascinating discovery and a valuable addition to any collection. And as we move to our final coin, the story becomes even more intriguing. Next up, and now we arrive at our third and final coin, the coin that continues to spark curiosity, excitement, and endless discussion among collectors and treasure hunters across the United States, the 1998 P. Roosevelt 1 dime coin. At first glance, this small 10-cent coin appears ordinary, common, and perhaps even insignificant. It may be worn, scratched, discolored, or hidden away inside an old coin jar, forgotten collection, or family inheritance. Yet throughout the history of coin collecting, ordinary-looking coins have sometimes revealed extraordinary stories. And that possibility is exactly what keeps collectors searching year after year. The Roosevelt dime has occupied an important place in American coinage since its introduction in 1998. Created to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, one of the most influential presidents in American history, the coin became a lasting tribute to leadership, perseverance, and national strength. Roosevelt guided the nation through some of its most challenging periods, including the Great Depression and World War II, and his legacy remains permanently preserved on the obverse of every Roosevelt dime produced by the United States Mint. The 1998 P. Roosevelt dime was struck at the historic Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P. Mint mark found on the coin. During 1998, the United States Mint produced hundreds of millions of dimes for circulation, ensuring that these coins would become a familiar part of everyday American commerce. Millions of Americans handled these coins without ever considering that some examples might one day become highly desirable collectibles within the numismatic community. One of the most fascinating aspects of coin collecting is the understanding that rarity is not always determined solely by the number of coins produced. Instead, rarity can emerge through unusual circumstances, extraordinary preservation, striking characteristics, or minting errors. This principle has transformed countless ordinary coins into valuable collectibles and continues to inspire collectors to examine every coin with great attention to detail. The design of the Roosevelt dime itself remains one of the most recognizable in American coinage history. The obverse features the portrait of President Roosevelt, while the reverse displays a torch symbolizing liberty, accompanied by an olive branch representing peace and an oak branch representing strength and independence. These symbolic elements have remained largely unchanged for decades, creating a lasting connection between American history, art, and coinage. Collectors searching for valuable examples of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime pay particular attention to the quality of the strike. During the minting process, enormous pressure is applied to create the detailed designs found on each coin. Occasionally, a coin receives an exceptionally strong strike, producing sharper details, greater visual appeal, and characteristics that collectors greatly admire. These superior examples often attract significant interest from specialists attempting to build top-quality collections. Another important factor contributing to the fascination surrounding the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime is the possibility of discovering mint errors. Throughout American numismatic history, accidental variations produced during the minting process have become some of the most sought-after collectibles in existence. Errors such as off-center strikes, broad strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, doubled dies, and missing clad layers can dramatically increase the desirability and value of a coin. Although such errors remain rare, their existence fuels the excitement and anticipation experienced by collectors every time they examine a new coin. The condition of a coin also plays an enormous role in determining its value. Professional grading organizations carefully examine coins under magnification, evaluating factors such as surface preservation, strike quality, luster, contact marks, and overall eye appeal. A circulated 1998 P. Roosevelt dime that has spent years in commerce may retain only its face value, while an exceptionally preserved specimen with outstanding characteristics can command considerably higher prices within the collector market. Among Roosevelt dime collectors, one of the most important features involves the horizontal bands found on the torch design located on the reverse side of the coin. When these bands appear fully separated and sharply defined, the coin may qualify for the highly desirable full bands designation, because achieving this level of detail requires exceptional striking quality. Full bands examples remain significantly scarcer than ordinary examples and often command substantial premiums among collectors. The continuing popularity of Roosevelt dimes demonstrates the enduring appeal of American coin collecting. Unlike many forms of collecting that require enormous financial resources, Roosevelt dimes remain accessible to virtually everyone. They can still be discovered in old collections, inherited coin accumulations, estate sales, bankrolls, and occasionally even in circulation. This accessibility creates a sense of possibility and excitement that continues to attract new generations of collectors. Throughout the history of numismatics, remarkable discoveries have occurred in the most unexpected places. Valuable coins have emerged from forgotten collections stored in attics, jars hidden in kitchen cabinets, and family heirlooms passed down through generations. These discoveries remind collectors that important treasures are not always found in museums or auction houses. Sometimes they are hiding in plain sight. The story of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime also reflects the broader history of modern American coinage. During the late 20th century, advances in minting technology allowed the United States Mint to produce coins with remarkable precision and consistency. However, despite these technological improvements, occasional variations and extraordinary examples continued to emerge, creating opportunities for collectors to discover coins possessing unique and valuable characteristics. Modern coin collecting has evolved into a sophisticated field involving historical research, grading expertise, market analysis, and specialized knowledge. Collectors often spend years studying specific series, searching for rare varieties, and assembling complete collections. Within this community, exceptional Roosevelt dimes continue to attract considerable interest due to their historical significance, accessibility, and the ongoing possibility of discovering unusual specimens. Today, the vast majority of circulated 1998 P. Roosevelt dimes remain worth their face value of 10 cents in ordinary commerce. However, uncirculated examples displaying exceptional preservation, superior strike quality, full bands characteristics, or authenticated mint errors can command significantly higher values among collectors. Depending upon rarity and condition, some examples may sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars in the collector marketplace. The excitement surrounding Roosevelt dimes is driven not only by financial considerations but also by the thrill of discovery itself. Every coin represents a piece of American history, a connection to the past, and the possibility of uncovering something extraordinary. This combination of history, artistry, rarity, and mystery continues to inspire collectors around the world. As we conclude our exploration of the 1998 P. Roosevelt dime, one lesson becomes clear: never underestimate the significance of an ordinary-looking coin. While stories of million-dollar modern dimes are often exaggerated, truly exceptional examples, rare mint errors, and outstanding certified specimens can still achieve remarkable values. That possibility continues to motivate collectors to examine every coin carefully, preserving the excitement and adventure that have defined coin collecting for generations. So before you spend that old Roosevelt dime hidden inside your collection, take a closer look. Examine the details, study the condition, and appreciate the remarkable history carried by that small piece of American coinage. You may not discover a million-dollar treasure, but you could uncover a fascinating piece of history and perhaps even a valuable collectible that has remained hidden in plain sight for years. See you in the next video.